Okay. Fine. We say something. Testing. 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 Hear you. Still hear it pretty well. I don't hear the music though. Yeah, it's gonna get fixed then. I'm sure about that. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to say good morning and thank you for tuning back in to the Who Need One podcast. Facebook hadn't shut me down yet, and Teresa hadn't locked the doors on me, so we're gonna keep on rolling with it. Had a blast last week with catching up with my old coaches, Coach Wanda Watkins and Coach Mary Reese. It was really, really awesome catching up with them and just reminiscing about the good old days back at Campbell University, and also checking in with Rachel, our parent hockey guru, and just the hurricanes are still rolling on. And before we go any further, I want to take time to reintroduce the owner of the bar. Thank her so much, Teresa Adams, for opening up her doors for us every week. And just wanted to let us know what's going on this week or what's coming up in the future.
All right. Well, you're always welcome, Shonda, or keep this going as long as we can. So, let's see. We just had Mother's Day. We had a Mother's Day event on Sunday that was absolutely incredible. We had a DJ and all the mothers and some fathers and friends and all the stuff doing dancing, singing, having a blast. We can find some videos of that on Facebook if you want to see all the excitement. Coming up, we got Father's Day. We're going to do another fun event and focus on the dads. It's going to be sort of golf themed, but also have some fun activities. We're going to do a cornhole tournament and some beer pong.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one podcast.
Right. So anyway, you can check that out on our socials. Chrissy, our GM, does a fantastic job of keeping all of our social media updated with upcoming events and videos and the like from past events. And then again, I just want to say Hurricanes, go Canes. We'll have those games on sound. We're hoping that we have a great turnout to watch them continue on in the playoffs. And then we'll shift to World Cup in June.
Awesome. And I was talking to my friend yesterday, and there's, like I said, football season is over, but there's just so much going on right now. This weekend, I like to call it a 3 to 4 to 5 TV weekend. With all the activities coming up, you probably need to get to a sports bar to be able to cover it all. You got, of course, women's softball. They're getting ready to gear up in the College World Series. That's always a blast. You can't go wrong watching women's softball. If you haven't watched the games, you need to sit and watch it because these girls really, really do a great job out there with their black athleticism. The game is just rising more and more, and we're actually getting ready to start this summer a new pro softball league. So we'll get into that more and more, and I'll have a special guest to come out and talk about that. But there's just so much happening right now, and we got the Preakness coming up Saturday night. Saturday night, 6:50. So that's the second leg of the Triple Cup, Triple Crown. Excuse me. Unfortunately, Golden Temple is not going to try to go for the Triple Crown because the owner decided to not put Golden Temple in it, but I think that's probably she did what's best for the horse. So I mean, I don't fault her. I really admire that she's actually looking out for the horse. But then, and then of course you got baseball, and next week it starts the ACC baseball tournament. So there's just so much happening. And I think the Hurricanes are on their second vacation right now because they're waiting for the Sabres and the Canadians to finish their battle. I think Buffalo tied it up 2-2.
Yeah.
And so the Hurricanes are just kind of healing up some wounds and just waiting to get into this Eastern Conference Finals. So we're excited and we can't wait to see
I
that.
watched that game last night
I
just
did
to
too.
kind of see
Yeah.
what the competition looks like. I don't know. I think we're tough.
Yeah. I mean, when they say it's our cup to lose. So I mean, if we continue to play like we've been playing, I think we should be able to host that cup in June. Got anything else you want to share with us?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
You can move on to your.
Well, we're gonna giggle a little bit today. We're gonna thank you so much for having us here. And if you allow us, we'll be back next Wednesday. First, before I move on to the real giggle part of this show, we're gonna have we're gonna check in with one of our regulars. Come on up, Allison. Last week we had Rachel. She's like I said, our Hurricanes guru. She everything, anything hockey. She's the one that we go to. Now we're shifting gears. Football is starting to get a little buzz now because they're starting to leak out some schedules, some games, and they're getting ready to probably release some of the schedules for all the teams. But right beside me is Allison.
Hello, everyone.
Harris, and she is our resident Cleveland Browns fan. And I said fan, I meant fanatic. How long have you been coming to McKinley's, and how long have you been a Browns fan? Because you rarely see Browns fans in this area.
So I have been coming to McKinley since 2008 and watching football here every Sunday since then. And in 2010, I decided to become a Brown fan.
Why?
Not from Cleveland.
Why?
I'm not from Ohio. Because their fans are the most loyal fans out there. If you can stick with the Browns, you're a loyal person.
Yeah.
And that's what sometimes needs to happen and matter.
I admit it. As long as I've been coming here, you and Aaron, her husband Aaron, they're both avid Browns fans, and it's fun to come to this bar and watch her team play because I'm just one in the bar, and I can't attribute that you are loyal, good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. She's right there with the Browns fans. So just talk a little bit about what you expect from your Browns this year.
For quarterback play, it's going to be questionable. I mean, our choices are not the greatest. We have Deshaun Watson and Sugar Sanders. And they had a mini camp the other week, and according to all the reports I heard, Deshaun Watson was ahead of Shador in that. And
As it should be. It's a $280,000 million man, right?
he is. I don't know that he was worth that much. But I think he's got a lot of making up to do with the Cleveland fans. I know they were awful to him when he got injured a couple years ago when he tore his Achilles. We actually booed him as he was being carted off the field. That wasn't our proudest moment. I don't think.
Like Eagles fans too. I mean, there's a couple of fan bases out there that are pretty hard on their
But
players.
I think, if it does get the chance to start, he better prove it. Or he will be booed every single time he goes out there. And that's just disheartening for the whole team too, to know that your fan base doesn't support you because they don't support the quarterback. So I think, he's got a lot of making up to do. He's got to prove himself. Just because you're worth that much, we paid you that much, doesn't mean you're worth that much.
They're hard. They're some hard fans. But I get it. Like you said, you guys are invested. The Dog Pound in Cleveland, you guys are invested. And around these parts, she has a nickname. And here, they call her Mary Lou Retton. And there's for a good reason. Explain to us why they call you Mary Lou Retton.
Well, as a Browns fan, I might not have the cleanest of mouths. I can have a very, very, very mean potty mouth. Especially towards my own team, because we're not that good. We kind of stink. And so oh gosh, it was probably 2014, 2015. There was a 4:30 Raiders game, and I believe Deshaun Kaiser was our starting quarterback at the time. we were doing terribly. Week 4, we did terribly. Week 4, I scared some old ladies and children out of McKinley's. So as I was getting ready to unleash with a very unkindly word that started with mother, I'll let you fill in the blank. Bartender, a good friend of mine, Shantae, cut me a mama look, and I turned that mother into Mary Lou Retton. And I've been saying it ever since.
And we've been calling you that ever since. And thank you. Yeah, that was hilarious. You know, very passionate about Browns, and she ripped a couple of words that didn't go over well, and there came Mary Lou Retton.
And now I just say Mother Mary Lou Retton.
So we love your passion, and like I said, you've been dedicated to the team. Just wanted, before I let you go, I just want to see if you can name at least 20 quarterbacks that you've had since 1999, because that's the position that I think that you guys are known for, the
We've had
downfall of your team.
43 quarterbacks.
Because you've had 43 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna play a little game with Allison. Can you name anybody you got to watch? We're gonna give her a minute.
Oh Lord.
I know. I just want to see how big of a fan you are, Mary Lou.
All right.
I crushed this last week.
Yeah.
Tell me when to start.
Preston, are you ready? All right. I want to see how many quarterbacks you can name. You had what, 42, 43 now since
All
you
right.
just
Yep.
completed one. All right.
Tim Couch.
Yeah.
Then we had Ty Detmer. Then we had Peterson, Holcomb, Garcia. Then there was Trent Dilfer. Then we had Fry, Anderson. I missed Josh McCown, or was it Luke McCown? We also had Josh McCown. Then there was Colt McCoy, fabulous name for quarterback. There has been RG3. There was Seneca Wallace. There was Hogan. There was Case Keenum, Baker Mayfield, of course, great quarterback. Then there was, we've had Bailey Zappi last year. We've had, my goodness.
You're doing wonderful.
That was the end of the timer.
All right, that's it. Great job.
I tried.
I'll tell you what.
High five, Shanta. I look forward to the season coming up.
The fans here are really dedicated, and you guys got to come out to Killings and meet Allison, Rachel, and we do have dudes that come here too. So,
One or two.
seriously, yeah. But this is a great bar to come to. We are dedicated to our sports, and just thank you so much for coming up.
And thank
Just
you
to
so
share
much
your
for
love.
having me, Shanta.
We'll have you back when the season starts.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, appreciate you, girl. Next up, I'm gonna tell you now. I didn't really know much about this. My next guest. I'm just gonna give him the mic and let him have a good time. But come on up. Probably a lot of you probably seen him on TikTok. What is another platform we have?
Instagram, Facebook, a little bit of
Okay.
YouTube. I'm pretty much known as the greatest professional youth baseball coach that's ever existed. My kid is a lefty. I play him at shortstop, despite all the gasps and the anger, because I don't care. I run DaddyBall University, and I run it better than anyone could ever imagine. So you can talk in the stands, you can get upset, but I'm just going to bench your kid and start mine. And my coaches, I love them. They're friends too, so they get to play the infield. That's how it works.
Yeah, you got it. This is Daddy University Coach Brad.
That's right, Coach Rad.
Yes.
That's my initials. I am not a knockoff of Coach Rack. I am 43, therefore I was born before him, and my initials are RAD. So if anything, he knocked me off, right? So
Well, tell me, Coach Brad, give me a couple of rules that Daddy Ball really applies. Why do we have the Daddy Ball persona? Give me a couple of rules.
well, I feel like DaddyBall got a bad rap. So I decided to take my coaching style and put it into internet form and give it to the world, right? Because I need everyone to know that DaddyBall coaches reign supreme. And I mean, the number one rule is always the head coach's kid plays shortstop and he bats top four. That's the first and only rule, right? It doesn't matter if he's batting, 83. I don't care if he's 1 for 37 and if he has 17 errors at shortstop. It doesn't matter. That is his position, and that can't be taken unless the head coaching position is taken from him. Which every now and then a coup can happen, but
Or it just, if you're mad enough, you just start your own team.
that's what you have to do, right? If you're one of the players who just sits in the grass and picks flowers and like the outfield players, you're not ever going to see the light of the day in the dirt, right? So the only way for that to happen is to follow my rules and start your own team. That's just how it works.
And unfortunately, I'm laughing, but unfortunately, a lot of spooks has a lot of truth to it.
Maybe there's a little bit of
Truth.
a little truth in this satire. Maybe just a tiny bit.
And you know what? We do like to have fun. I think being a part of the travel ball world or the travel ball sphere, that is usually the funniest thing about our whole world is the DaddyBall concept. And we don't have to sit back and make fun of ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
The coaches, the kids, the players, we can't take it serious. I mean, it is called DaddyBall for a reason. There is certain rules that do apply. It's kind of funny. And I appreciate Chris Murph for introducing Coach Rad to us because I didn't know about you, but I do think I was scrolling through, and you were talking about the brackets. You're winning the aluminum bracket.
Yeah, that's the best part is you see, the way travel ball works for everybody who doesn't know is you play 2 or 3 games typically, which are called pool play games, right? Most people try to win all the games. I don't care, right? My whole goal is to leave Sunday with an $8 ring. That's it, right? So I don't care if we lose by 30 the first 2 games. Doesn't matter. It puts us in a lower bracket. We're probably going to play a team that can barely walk straight, right? Which only means that we're going to leave with a ring. And as everyone knows, the same ring that the aluminum bracket champions get is the same ring the gold bracket champions get. And it doesn't say gold or aluminum. So all I do is post, got a new ring.
World champions.
That's right. World champions. 2. I beat the team that hadn't won a game all year. But it doesn't matter. That's what it's about.
Oh, I love it. Like I said, you just gotta laugh at ourselves sometimes.
But no, see, here's a story about Chris Murph.
Sorry, Chris.
And he's watching. He should probably put the jergens and the tissue away. I'm sure he's staring at him. But seriously, Chris and we were all in a big group chat, and I am literally probably I have word vomit most of the time. But in a group chat, I decided I was going to make a joke, and this is how DaddyBall started. I had a blank hat, and there just happened to be some of those like acrylic pencils next to me. So during the group chat of maybe 6 or 7 coaches, and we're just running our mouths, talking junk to each other, I sat in the room and made a hat that said DaddyBall you. And it took about 30 or 40 minutes, and then I just posted a picture of it, said, Chris, you left this in my truck. And that was the joke. And that honestly is what started DaddyBall. From after that point, I would sit on my bucket at the games and I would just run my mouth and say, I'm going to DaddyBall you. That's DaddyBall you. That's DaddyBall University. And I would just say these things. And eventually one day I just decided to get a mic and a stand and go run my mouth about an aluminum bracket. And it's done pretty well. It's opened some doors. It's really cool. But the reality is if your coach does act like me, you should seriously find another team. That would be the goal.
Now we're not saying that just because you're the head coach and if your kid starts as shortstop.
No, absolutely
And if your
not.
kid happens to be the first batter, it doesn't mean that you need to change it up because we're up here joking.
No, and I will say, look, there are scenarios, and this is locally and up the coast where we played. There are a lot of coaches get dominant. They are very, very good. They are very deserving of the positions. But it is kind of the parents and the other coach. It is the norm for them to just automatically assume that if your coach, your kid plays shortstop, it's DaddyBall, which really is not the case. Most of the time, those kids they've worked more than anybody. They have to work with the coach nonstop. They're doing practice outside practice. And that's the truth of the matter. And I'll be honest, I know more good coaches that are dads than I do dad coaches.
I do too.
So, and that's, especially here in the Raleigh area, they're really good. But,
Mississippi is really loaded with
it's-
some really good talent,
it's-
great coaches.
it really is.
great
It is,
talent.
it is anybody can beat anybody at any given time.
Any given time. You could really win the gold medal bracket one weekend and end up in the bronze.
Absolutely.
The next weekend.
Absolutely. And sometimes you think you're going to go to the bronze and it's just as hard as gold. It's just because the whole tournament is just stacked. So it makes for really good baseball locally. The kids here are phenomenal. And this little daddy ball thing, it's become a little bit of a side gig for me. So I show up to these tournaments and I usually go hang with the like 9s and 10s because they seem to be the ones that love me the most, I would say. So I go hang with them, put on the gear, film a little bit, do some skits with them. They always want to be in something. I like to ask them, who's the loudest mom in their stand, or I've been doing these ones that are, I call it coaches on blast, where, every kid wants to, get one back, get a lick back, I guess, at a coach. So I ask them like, which coach is most likely to strike out to somebody on your team? And they love out that one coach. But I try to inform them, there are consequences to actions. So Wednesday practices, I'm sure those kids had to run quite often when they called out Vinny or Johnny or whoever for not being able to swing a bat properly, right? I'm sure they run quite a few poles. But it's all fun. It's all fun, and I love it. The kids seem to enjoy it, so it's really cool.
And do you do DaddyBall University everywhere you go, or you just pick and choose?
So
Because kids, they see you coming. I know they're gonna.
yeah, and it's the shorts. So you can't see them on here, but I wear these pink and blue leopard print overhead shorts. So they pretty much know it's me when I show up. Yeah, here.
Yeah. So
There-
you see these
You see
shorts.
these? I got a couple pairs, but these are my
Right
these are my
to
favorite. Yeah, I try to make the character as loud as possible, so I even wear some cartoon socks here, daddy
That's so
gloves
hard.
everywhere I go. Shades on indoors, that's how it works. It doesn't matter if it's night, inside, outside. But so I started it about a year ago, really, when I got some feedbacks from some actual fake creators that said that I was funny. Because I didn't know if anybody cared, but it seemed like I got some views. Vegas, I went to in January to a youth baseball convention, Seven Sports, the batting glove company that provides me with gloves. They brought me out. And I had a really good reception from the kids because I knew adults watched me and I had geared my content more towards them. But when I got to Vegas, I mean, this is no lie. It was taking me 15, 20 minutes to go eat. Like I was taking 50 pictures. As soon as I walked out of that convention door, there were kids out there inside and out. And they were just surrounding me, which was I felt like a rock star. It was awesome. And I was like, okay, maybe I should tone it down a hair. I'll go from like, TVMA to PG-13 at least. So I try to bleep out my bad words more often and keep it to at least no more than 2. But
So I call it very loose.
yeah, I'm good with the beats. I hear those a lot. But I do that. And when I got back from Vegas, I knew that my name was kind of being put in a hat to be a creator to come to some of the tournaments. So I didn't want to get an invite from something like that and not have kind of a game plan. I don't want to fly to Nebraska to a big tournament and kind of wing it, which is kind of what I did at Vegas, but it was a little more of a controlled setting. So for them coming in and out of that convention, so it was kind of easy to adapt. But I thought, well, from now on, I'll just do tournaments here. So whether we're playing or not, I show up to whatever tournament. Sometimes I get a lot of DMs. People will DM me, hey, Coach Rad, are you going to be at this tournament? We'll come to Raleigh. And so if that happens, I typically try to go there if we're not playing. I know there was a team from like Southport that messaged me. And there was one from Sanford. I couldn't make it to his because we were actually playing in another field. So if they message me, I'll show up to those. but it seems like it's usually, like I said, that 9, 10, kind of 11. Although, when we were guest playing with you guys, there was a team from Virginia that recognized me outside of the DaddyBall outfit, prior to them jumping on the field. Yeah, it was really cool because, they're from Richmond, Virginia, and I see them looking at me, but I'm not in my DaddyBall gear anymore. Yeah, as soon as they grabbed the phone and started pointing and showing their friend, so that took about 10, 15 minutes before their game and took some pictures with them, which was really, really cool. So that just tells me that my reach is getting a little bit bigger. And I got there are some things that are coming in September that, I'll be posting for. I'm gonna be doing a creators game at the Field of Dreams. That's gonna be a softball game with a bunch of creators. And I joked that the creators that I'll be playing with there probably lose more followers than I have. That'll help me out as well, just being able to create with them and play with them. Because, that's in September, that's the end of September, and before that, I go to Branson, Missouri for another convention. The same convention that was Vegas, they're doing one in Branson, that's gonna be announced very soon. And that one, the convention brought me on, so I did so well in Vegas, that they asked me to come to this. So I'm not being brought on like by a brand, I'm being brought on by the actual host. Which is gonna be really cool because from the look, it's at Ballparks of America. If you have not seen that, it looks like Disney World. It's literally a mall surrounded like that. They redid a baseball complex and then surrounded it with a baseball field. That's gonna be awesome.
I'm looking forward to following you, but like I said, Chris told me about you, I did not know, but as soon as I looked you up.
So you just thought I was showing up in this ridiculous outfit to walk around? Yeah, I mean, hey, I got.
Now,
I can't say I've done worse.
Coach Rad, when
Yeah.
you're not Coach Rad.
Yep.
Who are you?
I am Robin DeBeaumont. They do call me Rad, but I just turned the Coach Rad into like the persona of DaddyBall. But I do coach baseball. I do not coach the way that I pretend on the internet. This is not. My son is a lefty, and while he can play shortstop, and Chris will tell you, he'll throw him over there every once in a while as a joke in middle school. He's good, but he does not touch that. He does not touch dirt, man. He's a lefty. He sits in the outfield. He does his pitching, and yeah. You guys got a great team. You got a lot of friends over there.
How'd you guys come with us to Cooperstown?
We are. That's a month away.
Those who don't know, every year, over the summer, Cooperstown has teams come from all over the world.
Yeah.
International teams, and you have to be 12U. They only do this for 12U. And our team will be going in June, so it's less than a month away. We'll all be going, and I was gonna reach out to somebody in Cooperstown to
Yep.
try to get a fest pass and maybe do like a little podcast out there.
Yep.
That'd be great. Maybe we can
Hey,
we can have DaddyBall University.
DaddyBall will be there recording.
Podcast.
I'm gonna tell you this, DaddyBall will be there recording whether they let me or not,
Right.
until they make me stop, but- dude, I think that'd be a great idea, honestly. I think there's 100 teams
Yeah,
that we,
every week.
so there's 100 teams from all over the state. I'm gonna be filming a ton. If you're there doing a podcast, just let me know. I'll come over and be the bad guy for a little bit. And like I said, get some of those kids. It's gonna be a blast.
I'm looking forward to it.
Blaze says his goal is to hit a home run in Cooperstown, so we'll see if that happens.
Well,
Yeah,
the
it's-
fences are like 200 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's-
30.
The question though is, are they gonna swing out of their shoes trying to
Trying
hit
to,
home runs, and they just do a bunch of infield pop-ups?
Pop up, so you know
Right.
how it is.
Because to me, I think they swing a little better on them 300-foot fences,
It's true.
because they know they can't get it out, they stay a little more true to mechanics. That's right.
Yeah, right.
But, I think it'll be fun. Maybe we can win it. I don't know. Ironically, there's some other local teams showing, so out of the,
For hours. Somebody for hours.
play, right? That's where it'll be.
That is travel ball in a nutshell.
It really is. Travel 14 hours up to New York, and you end up playing a team that you play 4 times this week. But yeah, regardless, it'll be great. And then we actually leave a week after that, or not a month after that. We go to Pigeon Forge for a week with our team.
Oh, yes.
So we're gonna do 2 week-long tournaments.
Man, this,
It's It's a lot of points. DaddyBall needs to pay. I have a Venmo, if you guys want to help me out. But, yeah, travel ball is expensive. It is, but, you know, listen, this time, that 12 time frame, there are a couple things here that only happen at this time. And then you kind of get more focused into the real growth, and I say it's still youth baseball at this point.
I agree.
But 13U and on, and that's when it becomes, you know, more real games, real scenario, field stays are roughly the same size at that point, and that's when, you know, the separator becomes the workers, right? The ones who put in the work outside of practice.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the separator.
It is, and you know, you'll have puberty and you'll have girls and it works, right?
Well,
That's right. It happens to all. It happens to all of them. You know, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's some people can be, you know, great at 12 and then decide, you know what, don't want to do it. I mean, some kids they'll have arm issues or whatever, or they'll just go down to sports. I mean, I know my son, he thinks he's gonna go to not NC State, USC. And he's gonna be a dual athlete, basketball, and he actually said he was gonna be Michael Jordan in reverse. So he's gonna go to Carolina and play baseball and basketball, but he's gonna go pro in baseball and then retire.
I love her straight.
Go to the NBA and do a couple years there and then go back and win some World Series. You know, whatever. Dream big, kid. Right? Your dad's 43 years old and wears like a bridge shorts, makes internet videos, right? I mean,
I love those dreams. And it's good for your kid to have those dreams. Mine have the same dreams.
I'm not gonna knock them.
Yeah, I'm like, that's where it starts.
It
You know, you decide if those dreams can come true or at least try to come.
That's right.
You
And
know how hard it is to make the league.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
but if you just learn to work at it, really, like if that's what you take out of the end game, if you just take the amount of work that you put in and you're willing to work at a goal and do sacrifice for it, it doesn't matter what you end up doing long term. You can use those skills in any part of life going forward. So that's really all I want to instill in him. You know, he does work really hard, and you know, look, the dream is lofty and next to impossible, right? But it's his dream. It's my job just to keep him focused. So, you know, whatever. If he can do it and shoot, come on, the kid's halfway there.
Well,
Right, I get you.
I'd say, let's just focus on high school.
That's right. Yeah.
Get through middle school and high school.
Left a little bit.
Yeah,
You know.
let's keep the focus here.
Yep.
But, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Don't leave me yet.
Nope.
I'm gonna just think about a good one more rule of DaddyBall.
Okay.
Tell us when we're out. But just wanted to just say thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for tuning in every Wednesday. As you can see, we really it's lighthearted. We want to have a good time and just talk sports. But we'll be back next Wednesday. We're gonna start honing in more on some hockey, and then hopefully the Hurricanes will be picking back up. So as this Sabres finishes up, we got the tournament the PGA this weekend, which I'm really excited about. I think this is gonna be a shootout all the way through Sunday. So, do you watch golf?
Don't watch golf. No, I say once my knees go, then I'll start doing golf. I'm a basketball player.
I'll sit here and talk all day about basketball. I used to play, but someone asked me, "Why don't you talk more about basketball?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a little salty about NBA right now."
I'm not an NBA fan.
I'm a little salty about NBA. I mean, I know they're playing hard now because they're showing up and they're playing now. So, but I'll eventually get into it when they get to the.
I'm a college basketball player.
Straight up thought.
That's
And I wish I had the podcast going during the tournament because the tournament was awesome. You know, I'm a dude. You live in Carolina.
I like it. Carolina. I know. I get there where I go. Look, you got the hands up. No. Enjoy losing.
We do.
Well, thank you, Teresa. Thank you, McKinley's, for opening up your door. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. And we'll be back next Wednesday, at 11 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have some more fun guests. Thanks so much.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me anytime you need it. All right. Have a good one. Appreciate it.